some kind of night of football here in Fredericktown. Central guts it out. I guess that's a way to put it. Get the double overtime win. I'm sure as a coach, you're happy you got the win. You found a way. And I'm sure there's going to be a lot to clean up after this was over, too. Just your thoughts on it.
Yeah, the first thing I want to do is compliment Coach Williams and Fredericktown's coaching staff and their players. They've done a lot of work in 2 years. They gave us everything they wanted. I actually feel bad for those guys. They had a chance to get this win just as easy as we did tonight. We didn't do the things that it took to we didn't play real well. But at the same time, I'm not going to make excuses. Fredericktown, give credit to them. I told the kids at halftime this is probably one of the most embarrassing things that happened, not because of what the score was or anything like that, just the amount of people that were just not just not making plays, but not knowing what they were supposed to be doing. And that's on me as a coach. I didn't have our guys prepared well enough tonight. But with all that being said, they did fight. Their effort was good especially at the end of the game. Second half and at the end of the game, their effort was good. As coaching staff, we just got to do a better job getting our kids in better positions to make plays that can win games.
Are the issues that occurred for your team tonight that you just mentioned were on any level they anticipated? Did you see any of it in the week or leading up to it, or was it kind of blindsiding you and go, I do not know what's happening here, but this is not us?
No, it was. We saw it this week, and I don't like to tout my own son's. I'm my own son too much, but Brady was making a lot of the checks in our back end of our secondary, and we just looked lost back there tonight. And we had guys just not doing things. And it wasn't just defensively. That's no excuse because he didn't play offense. Offensively, we had guys dropping balls again tonight, wide open passes. We were missing some blocks. Number 70 for them is a handful. We knew that coming in, though. We had prepped for that. But at the end of the day, our kids did make enough plays to win the game. I don't know how, but they did. And we'll move on.
From a perspective of being down and, the chances you're getting an overtime session, you can lose a football game. I thought your group stayed fairly patient with the process. I never saw panic when I was standing over behind your sideline. I thought everybody stayed with it. I'm sure there were moments where they were like, what in the world's going on here? But is that something that you will take from it? Is that, hey, guys, if we get in this spot again, at least we know that we can fight through it if we have to?
Yeah, 100%. I think Coach Jones and I showed our age tonight. I think we, when we were younger coaches, I think we would have both absolutely lost our minds tonight the way things were going. But both he and I honestly stayed pretty composed. We know what we're dealing with, and we have a job to do. And our job this year is not going to be as easy as it has been in the past. And, early on we were kind of getting on our guys about different things, and it wasn't working. We just kind of kept it calm, didn't really get onto them too much at halftime. Got into them a little bit, but really in the second half, honestly, we were just trying to stay as positive with them as we could. We were trying to stay calm. We knew once we could get it to overtime, if we could get it to overtime, which we had a big stop at the end of the regulation, we knew we had a little bit of time to take a shot. But really, once we were playing for overtime, we felt good about having to go 25 yards with Jackson back there. But, they were still doing a pretty good job. They were getting in trouble in overtime with the 25-second play clock. That was hurting them a little bit. You could tell they were a little rushed. Our guys were composed a little bit in that situation. But I think a lot of that comes from experience. I know we don't have a ton of experience this year, but at least Jackson at that position is really experienced, and I think that helped.
Two more things. At what juncture in that second half did you decide, you and the coaching staff, listen, if we're blocking it well enough up front, if we just need to go when Jackson takes it and we go with it, up the middle or look to how late in the game did you make that determination that this will work and we can just keep running it over and over?
Well, I knew we could do that, but the problem is I don't want to run Jackson 40 times a game. I mean, we got to have other people step up and make plays. We had opportunities tonight to make a lot of plays. We got the big turnover when it was tied, and I probably could have tried to go down and do a 6-minute drive right there and utilize Jackson most of the time. But at the same time, I knew that we had been setting up the bubble, the screen and go, and I knew it would be open, and I thought, well, let's just go ahead and score now. and then let our defense play. And if we have to get the ball back, maybe we can score again or whatever. But, we got to make the catch. Like we executed the throw. He's wide open. We just got to make the catch. And those things, happen, all night long. And, that stuff's frustrating. But it's like I told them at halftime, I'm going to have freshmen and sophomores this week at practice getting reps, and they're going to get opportunities to play. And because we've got some young guys that have potential, and they're going to get their shots. There's no doubt about it.
Final thought, and you kind of alluded to it. How difficult is it making it that Jackson does pretty much, I won't say have to play defense, but he's an awfully important cog on your defense, and then he's going to have the ball in his hands so much, he's going to take a lot of hits, and we're only in week 3.
Yeah, that's a concern, and that's one of the reasons that I said I didn't want it to be like it was tonight. But then at the end of the day, at the end of the game, when it's this way, I mean, you just almost have to put it in his hands because he's your horse. So obviously that's not going to be the game plan moving forward. Otherwise, he was pretty beat up the last 2 football seasons, and we do this to him tonight. It's just not fair to him. But it did show you what kind of gamer he is. That's for sure. He's a horse, and he just willed his way. And probably both those possessions of overtime.
Look forward to seeing you again soon. Congrats on a tough one tonight.
All right, thanks. I appreciate it.